Next week on Home and Away in the UK, Marley makes a big decision about the board shop. Marley is continuing to struggle on his own at the board shop this week after losing both his staff members in the space of a few weeks. Girlfriend Abigail was the first to walk away, not wishing to jeopardize their relationship by being in each other's pockets 24/7. Although Marley agreed it was for the best, the lack of notice did leave him in a bit of a pickle. Luckily Kirby was still with him to help pick up the slack. Or at least she would have been if her mind had been on the job. At the start of relaunching her solo singing career, Marley was frustrated to see Kirby constantly in her notepad jotting down lyrics. When a music journo, Sebastian came to write a day in the life article on Kirby, Marley was forced to take over Kirby's duties as she schmoozed Sebastian and posed for photos. Already feeling that Kirby was taking advantage for him, the last straw came for Marley when he heard Kirby claim credit for designing some of the boards, as well as describing her job as unfulfilling and merely a stopgap. Marley fired Kirby on the spot, and although the two soon made up, Marley stopped short of rehiring her. Things took another downward turn last week when Sebastian's article about Kirby was finally published. Kirby was horrified to find that Marley had been painted as harsh and oppressive boss with zero appreciation for the arts or his staff. As Marley stewed about the article and the damage it could do to his business, Abby was forced to admit that its contents weren't a complete lie. Some of the criticisms were fair in Abby's eyes. He did fire Kirby without any warning, and was particularly rude to her in the process. Next week, Marley is still smarting about the article, and neither Abby nor Mackenzie can talk any sense into him. He's especially frosty with Abby. She didn't back him when it counted, so her offer of help at the shop now isn't exactly welcome. John can't help but point out that getting rid of his only employee without a backup plan in place perhaps wasn't the best move. Mackenzie finally calls Marley out for what's really going on, a bruised ego. It takes a while to sink in, but Marley eventually messages Abby, and the two patch things up. Later in the week, Marley's hit with another issue: no one's applying for the advertised job at the board shop. Kirby shows up to apologize, feeling partly to blame for the situation. Marley insists it's fine, business is great. He's got job applicants lined up, and he couldn't care less about a few anonymous comments online. But Abby overhears and knows full well that Marley is lying through his teeth. After she confronts him, Marley tells Abby that Kirby needs to focus on her music at the moment, rather than worrying about his own problems. Abby soon comes clean with Kirby, who wastes no time heading down to the beach in search of anyone who might want a job. But after Marley finds her mid-mission, he breaks the news he's made the decision to scale things back and revert to being a one-man operation. He wants to focus more on the creative side of things, so will continue designing the boards and just a handful of lessons on the side. Kirby's disheartened, still feeling responsible, but Abigail stands by him. At the end of the day, it's his business, and his call. Will Marley's newly scaled-back business plan prove successful?
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.